what up? It's your boy Dave B. You watching DaveBeyondTV, where we go beyond the everyday bullshit that people be consuming on a day-to-day basis. And I'm here to kick just some game to y'all for real. Some Sunday motivation, see some Sunday soul day, trying to get your mind right so that we can pursue the next week ahead that we have with the right spirits and right perspective. And for the most part, one thing that I want y'all to keep in mind: learn how to appreciate your natures. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things we talk about on this channel as far as astrology goes, we understand, or we should understand by now. Or if you're new, one thing that I always make sure I kick as a message is just to say, um, you know, astrology is a tool to understand your natures and the natures of the world, the human natures and things like that. We are spirits having a human experience in this body. So, you have to, it's easy to get wrapped up in a mindset that makes you want to go to one extreme. Oh, I'm spiritual, so fuck everything in this world. Or I'm a human, so let me indulge in these pleasures and let me just do what's going to be cool for the moment and the whatever, the material shit. Or let me get this job, let me get this money, let me do this, let me do that, let me have fun. Here for what they say. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And that's all fine, but man, God, please, you know what I'm saying? Like, create balance for yourself, man. And I'm not just saying that because we in Libra season, but create balance for yourself. One thing I'm seeing right now in the world is that, and then maybe it's the sun conjunct in the South Node. I mean, like I said, I use astrology as a tool. So I refer to some of these things because I can't help but seeing it play out in every aspect of life, just different ways in which people choose to act. It be energetic influences. It don't even really be their real choice. And the less you know, the less autonomy or power over yourself you have. You know what I'm saying? It's like, again, literally like a toolbox. If you don't know that, if you're trying to get a nail into a hole or something like that, and you don't know what a hammer is and how to use it, you're gonna be trying to use that. You're gonna use anything to try to get that to work. And it's gonna take you more time, and it's gonna be more inefficient. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna get the job done the right way versus you knowing what's in your toolbox and you being able to use it. So I look at that like transits. If you know what these transits mean, you know what these energies mean, well shit, you got that tool. You able to hit that awareness, because that's really what we're working with. Everything comes down to your awareness, and everything I kick on this channel is to help you develop a better awareness for yourself and what your space. But my point is, like, make sure y'all are using critical thinking, and part of critical thinking is being able to critical thinking is being able to be aware of your space and then aware of the things that you are pursuing and the things that are you're receiving as well. It's like when you're aware of your space, awareness comes down to knowing what's coming out of your space and what's coming into your space. So what you project and express and what you receive and digest. You know what I'm saying? So understanding these things, you understand where you at, and it's like a form of echolocation. So you can tell, okay, based upon the ideas I'm getting and the feelings I'm getting, and let's say I want this kind of goal. If what I'm emitting and pushing out into the world isn't in the same frequency vibration as the things that where I'm trying to go, the space I'm trying to be at, then I'm not gonna get there. Same thing. If the things I'm receiving in this space aren't what I want to receive, I need to change something in order to get back on the right track so I can vibrate in the space to receive the things I want to see in my life and stuff. And we all go through these ups and downs, these challenges, and the purpose of all those things are to gain more awareness. And that sometimes is painful, and it takes strength to be able to be aware of something but then choose to do what you want to do also. The real strength comes in not from just know the real strength comes from you being able to accept and understand the truth and where you at. And then the other part of it is being able to actually push yourself in the direction of the things that you are trying to pursue, right? And when I say trying to pursue, you know we know that we attract things, but what I mean by pursue, I really mean produce the thoughts and feelings that's going to put you in the space to be motivated to do the things with your body, your ritual, spell, whatever you want to call it, your day-to-day actions and interactions that reflect the space you want to be in. And that's the magic trick that you put on yourself in order to actually bring that closer to you. And then we understand too, manifestation is just bringing those situations to you, but to materialize, you have to engage with that in order to make something happen. And that's why, again, a lot of people get lost in the pop culture astrology and pop culture spirituality, where they think, oh, if I just think it and feel it and love light, I'm gonna be magically taken care of. And you know, it's crazy how hard it is for the average individual to escape the savior complex. I mean, even in the today's age, right? Back then, right? Because we in a whole new time. Back then, when I was coming up, it was all about celebrities. Celebrity, celebrity, celebrity. I want to be a celebrity. I want to do this. I see how they do that. I'm a fan. I'm gonna follow their life. Boom, 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 boom. That same. Remember, one thing I realize about this world and life is like people rush just to repeat themselves. People rush out of stuff just to repeat it. History, it's almost like time flies just to repeat itself. And when they say history repeats, it's a bit deeper than what they mean. It's like the mentality though is the reason why it repeats. So you got in this new age, people looking at content creators as the new celebrities. So the same mental illness, it hasn't been cured. It's just been transferred to a newer time. So you get people who treat their favorite content creator just like the common person back then that we might want to pick fun at and make fun of and roast and shit like that. I see individuals doing the same thing with their favorite content creator. And see, the thing about it is, at least what I'm trying to do on my channel, right, is break that mold where I look at this as a collaborative effort. I'm trying to build with y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you're on my channel, it's not just to watch me and be entertained. If you do, that's cool. I even produce entertainment. I make film and I do music. Yeah, it's cool to be entertained by that, but everything I put out has the somewhat of an energy behind it where I'm looking to inspire you to do something for your own self. And if anything, take that energy, either do it for you, inspire you to get up and do what you need to do throughout the day in your own business. That's cool. But those who believe in what I'm doing and wanna continue to build with me and fuck with what I'm doing, my thing is I want to also inspire you to build with me. I'm looking to collaborate, you know what I'm saying, and not just open with any and everybody. And this is not no, you know, kumbaya thing where it's like, oh yeah, we just gonna throw a bunch of parties and shit like that, like they was doing over at what's his name house. This is more so about building something that, again, like how we say, building systems, a new system in which we can operate things and move it in a way that can actually look like an example, and that example being a representation of a new way to go about life, a new way to do things that's more suited for the people, more suited for the people who, again, think, feel similarly to how I'm thinking and feeling, where again, we need to build a world that protects children. We need to build a world that encourages children to be more of themselves so we can all be who we truly are. And you know, again, I don't want to get into the spiel of, you know, if y'all been following me, y'all know what I be on. You know, it's prosperity mindset shit. Prosperity not just in material wealth, but of soul and spirit, you know, where again we're able to do what God needs us to do in a matter of being our best versions of ourselves, and again expanding the universe. You know, the only way to really expand the universe is to do something that's never been done. And guess what? You already have that innately within you, based upon you being a one of a kind individual. The problem is in this society and things like that, they dumb everybody down, they water you down, they dilute the purity of your spirit based upon the things you got to do to achieve comfortability, success, and acceptance in this world. I'm here to say fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, um, getting back to my point, yeah, getting back to my point when it comes to you know, just be aware of that though. In these times, you know what I'm saying? Don't fall into the trap of just blindly accepting something for the sake of it sounding good. Take the time to take that into your own account and look at your own experiences. And again, like it's always multiple parts to things. Once you take it into your, let what somebody says to you sit for a second and really dive into it and see for yourself your experiences, whether you got to go and do a experiment, have an experience that you test out the theories of who you watch or who you listening to, or if you just, again, from your own life experiences, compare and contrast what you've seen happen, what you've seen been possible, and what's real to you, and you know what I'm saying, what you've seen been possible and what's real to you, and then decide for yourself whether or not what somebody is kicking is something you want to move forward into. Because that's the thing too, you don't have to blindly accept what somebody says just because it sounds good either. If it don't sound like the type of world you want to build for yourself or the type of world you want to live in, you don't have to abide by that. You don't have to agree to that. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm not kicking is to be ignorant to when somebody is dropping gems. You can learn from anybody. But my thing is, a lot of people are co-signing things that they don't resonate with, because I think deep down inside everybody is low-key afraid and terrified, because with these new times, whenever there's new times, there's no example. And the thing is, you got to be the example for you. You got to have your own mind. But see, I get it. Some people also want to have everything is coming back to the same thing, where it's like, as spirits having this human experience, we want to also be around other individuals we can agree with and build with. Or maybe even if we disagree, we can agree to disagree. In a community, not everybody is necessarily in agreeable energies all the time, but there's a form of, again, a common connection, a common network in which things can be debated. If I think like this and you think like that, but we got the same goal, well, that's a build. We're building each other's mind. We're testing each other's theories. And the thing about the whole humanitarian thing of the 11th house Aquarius energy in this age of Aquarius type vibe, it's like we're trying to build to get to something that works for the most amount of people in a way that still achieves the goals of the majority. You know what I'm saying? The majority. And when I say the majority, I'm not talking about the majority of the world in that sense, but it's like amongst those individuals you're around who have similar thoughts and feelings. If we're all committed or looking to change the world in a certain way, or have a certain goal, or seeing a certain way of life, then that's what I mean by the whole. In that sense, it's like the consensus of what could be the best for the majority of people involved in whatever community we build in, or whatever thing that we want to see happen as a new system, if that makes sense. But um, to finish out my point too about the sun conjuncting the south node and the new moon being on the south node, again, what I'm seeing right now is a lot of people are playing the passive role based upon them not feeling comfortable in these new times with the things that have been changing, or not knowing where to start in order to push themselves into that new space. You know, so you're gonna see a lot of people just being agreeable, and I see a lot of people also giving fucking terrible advice. You know what I'm saying? That the sun conjunct South Node, trining Jupiter. Yeah, it's a cool energy. It makes everybody engaged, curious, and want to learn. But a lot of what people are kicking is biased based upon what makes them feel like. It's almost like it's an energy where if you say it confident enough, people will just believe you. And we got to be very aware of, like, you know, hey, in again, there's a lot of intelligent people who kick things based upon what they feel is right, who, it's okay to check them too and just be like, yo, I don't know, you know. And it don't gotta be no, because it's not about jumping in somebody's comments. It's not about trying to overdo it, over explain yourself. Like, it's not about that. But I think it is about, for your own sake, think before you just follow. Think for a second before you just assume, and don't assume out of desperation. Don't agree out of pressure that just because you don't really know and you haven't figured it out yet. Take some time with yourself to develop an idea for yourself, so that you can have some so you can have some strength in this world, so you can have some power for yourself, because that's what got you into the mess you in now. It's just agreeing to shit, sacrificing your power or relinquishing your power for those who really don't know more than you. You know, and the thing about it is, I said this on Twitter too, like a couple of days ago, where it's like nobody see it like you, because that's your role to play. So if you playing it passive in this lifetime, looking for somebody to agree or give you the green light for you to think how you think, you already put yourself at a tremendous disadvantage. And that's probably the reason why things aren't playing out for you in the way you would like in your life in general right now. You know, you got to step up. One thing about Libra is the initiator of diplomacy, in the sense of knowing how to deal with many different ideas, but create some form of balance amongst all of them. I'm gonna keep that for a separate video I'm about to shoot right after this one. I really made this message just because I felt like it needed to be said, when it comes to just what I see going on right now in general. And again, we to add to my point with the Sun conjunct South Node, conjunct Mercury, also trine in Jupiter and trine in Pluto. Well, Pluto's still in Capricorn, but again, Pluto is still, but it's retrograde right now, but it's energy reminiscences of Pluto and Aquarius. We trying to get to that Aquarius, that Pluto and Aquarius energy. We trying to get to that vibe, but it's taking some time right now where we need to be thinking in a way that we need to be thinking for ourselves right now. You know what I'm saying? You really got to be thinking for yourself. You really got to just take, like I said, take the time to create balance within your own self of thoughts and ideas, to come up with your own identity through it. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that it's you. Like, even if you agree with something, your know where your agreement starts and where the difference is between what somebody else is, because it's like you got to know what you agree with and what somebody's saying, but also know what you don't agree with somebody, based upon what somebody's saying. Just because you agree in one aspect don't mean you have to accept everything as the totality. And don't be scared to disagree with somebody who's talking with conviction right now. Just because they sound like they know what they're talking about and it sound good don't mean it's the truth. Because everybody, at the end of the day, it's like truth is truth, but you also have your perspective on it. So don't relinquish your perspective just because you're scared at the moment and you're unsure. Take the time to develop clarity for yourself, because that's really the key. All the air trying going on, it's like the key is clarity, and you can only achieve clarity if you sit enough with your own thoughts for a second and create balance within yourself. If you're not doing that, then you're always going to kind of be chasing somebody else's idea. You're always going to kind of be playing passive, and see, when you play it passive, you have to accept the short end of the stick. Libra is a cardinal energy for a reason, the initiator of a conversation to create balance. A lot of people wait for somebody to give them balance or the grace of fairness and shit like that. You can't wait for justice. You gotta initiate it. If you see something, you gotta say something. Closed mouths really don't get fed. Closed mouths get abused and hushed. You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody listens to you until you gotta say it, but then you also gotta go and do something too. But that's another aspect of it. But I just wanted to put this video out just to remind people that, what I'm saying, think for a second. Don't just agree with shit just because, oh, it's Libra and we want to be relatable, we want to be harmonious. Man, no, no. You know what I'm saying? You'll get sucked into that South Node energy before you know it. You've accepted, you signed your name on a contract that you don't even intend to commit to. You've agreed to something that's going to put you through hell. And when I say put you through hell, it's like you're going to agree with somebody else's worldview or how they see life. And just because you didn't want to take the time to develop your own way to see life, it's going to affect you in that way. You're going to see like, damn, I really, whether it's your opinions change and when your perspective change, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you wake up 10 years down the line and realize that you were blindly accepting something that led you to build a bunch of things in your life that you can't even utilize in the way that you would like. You know what I'm saying? Where you could have had your own mind about something, and based upon your individuality, your one of a kind energy and who you are, you would have birth something new that people can now believe in. And you know what I'm saying, you could look back on and say, damn, okay, I actually did something in life, instead of just, again, playing it passive, agreeing with what everybody else is saying is good just because I'm uncomfortable with my own ideas. You know what I'm saying? Look, the sun falls here for a reason, but again, that don't have to be a bad thing. Just because something's debilitated doesn't mean it's bad. When something's debilitated, it just means you're looking at it from a different angle. And you can either use that to your advantage, find where it works, and acknowledge where it doesn't, you know. And see, when you do that, when you're honest with yourself, you get the type of support you need. God always provides in that way, and again, God provides through your awareness, what you notice, saying, when you go through life and everything, you got a perspective in which everything is shitty and everything is negative, everything is against you, the world hates you, everybody, oh, fuck this, fuck that. Guess what happens? Your mind chemistry develops like that. And guess what? You will fulfill that prophecy. Everything you see will be burning. Everything you see will be hell. Everything you see will be destroyed and not worthy of anything. And all of a sudden, guess what? This mentality on certain people that will put you in a space where that will become not only your reality, but that becomes your way of interacting with others. You know what I'm saying? And then again, you did that to yourself. This is a time where it's just the mind is a terrible thing to waste in that regard. Versus, again, and I'm not saying be naive. I'm not saying being gullible or being passive in the sense of just agreeing with everything. Everything is beautiful, la la land mentality. I'm saying find the balance, create the balance. Not even find it, create the balance. Yeah, the world might be shitty, but guess what? You are who you are. What in the world do you see as something that you can utilize to maybe make it a better place? You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you don't care to make it a better place, what do you see in life that you can participate in to make your life better? To make you, because if you don't care about the world and making it a better place, at the least you can do is make yourself happy. Even that is better, because if you find things to make yourself happy, guess what? You put yourself in a better state of mind. You put yourself in a better state of being. And guess what happens with that? It encourages you to be inspiring, pleasant, fair, balanced to others. You know what I'm saying? To other people that come across you. And it's like, yeah, and it's almost like if you, it's weird. It's like if you love yourself and you treat yourself right, by default, you make the world better. So it's like if you don't care to do something out and change something, because I know it's frustrating and it's damn near a mission impossible. But again, all possibilities, and by the grace of all possibilities, the number one thing you can do, even if everything in the world is shit, is just love yourself better. And you'll emit that kind of energy to others. And I wouldn't be surprised if one day your mind changes based upon you seeing the effects of you treating yourself better and things around you, even if it still look like everything's burning, you find you find the little silver lining. And that's just enough. That's all God need. You know what I'm saying? That's all you need to be like, damn, okay, it's not that bad. And I see my place in the world, and I see where I can, you know, influence others in a positive way type shit. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of going off on a tangent and shit like that, like a little, not really a rant, but just something I'm noticing and stuff. It's just like, it's not enough. It's a lot of people, again, the common person I'm seeing online just doing stuff. Everybody's just doing stuff to do it. Nobody's doing nothing with intelligence, when this is some of the most potent times that we can actually, again, be the representation of something new. So tap in, dig deep within yourself, and bring that shit out. Because if you're here to do it, if you're ready, you're ready. If you're not ready, hey, that's what it is. And be, you can choose to kind of get yourself developed, or you can choose to learn and develop through helping others by being a part of what other people got going on that you support and that you believe in. So, find ways to reach out, find ways to network and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, if you haven't yet, you're going to hit a wall where you realize by yourself, there's not really much you can do. You know what I'm saying? By yourself, nothing great gets done by a person by themselves. It always takes a team. It always takes multiple people, even, down to the partner you pick, whether you going in that, that direction to get married, or not, don't got to be marriage, but, your relationship, or everything in life comes down to relationships. That they tell you. Again, it don't have to be romantic and all that shit. It could be business, it could be partnership, it could be friendship, but you gotta figure that out. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about life is so funny. The thing that you try to avoid is always going to pop up and be a problem. And it's going to be the thing you run away from the most, the thing you avoid the most, will be the thing right in front of everything you've ever wanted. And the only person who hold the key is you. And you be the one keeping the key from yourself, based upon you being too stubborn in your natures. And that's where you have to, again, appreciate your natures, because who you are is how you got this far. But also know when it's time to address certain things that just don't work, and it might not be your natural reaction to go along with certain things or agree with certain things or see the world in a certain way. But that is the beauty and benefit of a relationship, because it shows you what you can't see, and the reason why it might be okay to think other than your natural nature and reaction. And that is where you become a real mature spirit, because that's your first indication or your first test to get out of your own head. You get what I'm saying? Get out of your own way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to go through that. And it's again, like when I I hope everybody following along. What I'm saying is not no easy shit to even grasp mentally, because it's like, wait, hold on, we gotta be who we are, appreciate who we are, but then we gotta reject who we are at times, or not reject, but we have to be stronger than your nature sometimes. Like your spirit gotta be, you gotta remember, I'm just a spirit having this human experience. I am not these things. So even though my nature, natural instinct is to react this way, there's times in which that reaction doesn't do me well, and I need to be aware of when that happens too. You know what I'm saying? And again, you can't do that by yourself. You can't do that alone. Only thing you're gonna do alone is find justification to keep doing it your way. And you're gonna keep on banging your head into that wall until it's just a soft spot. And that soft spot be people walking around with insecurities, people who go their whole life and you achieve shit. And chip on your shoulder, whatever you want to call it. You know, But anyway, much love. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just keep your mind intact. Don't just agree. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like, the syndrome, the celebrity syndrome is still here. Same thing, same mental illness. People looking to somebody else for answers because people are scared to answer themselves. People are scared to walk on their own merit. If there's anything you take away from this time period, the age we in, is you need to be yourself, and that takes you maybe having to chill out on digesting so much content. You know what I'm saying? Like all the content everybody digests is like 24/7 other people's thoughts and minds in your ear. Might have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. I can't say what to do because everybody in a different space, everybody going through a different thing. So, again, you might be cool watching who you watch and shit. As long as you got a space for your mind to create what it needs to create, and as long as you create that distance with yourself to be able to have that space, just don't just blindly agree, because again, like right now, god awful advice is being transferred, where people just hear some, it sound good, and we get excited because, I got a new way, and it's all you doing is procrastinating on you coming up with your own ideas. That's what I see. It's like all the shit y'all be digesting, if you're not taking that and applying it in some kind of way, and if that application is not actually helping your life, you're getting entertained by it. And entertainment is the drug that the shadow government been using to get you on some, or just on bullshit. The stuff that people be so invested in. Who gives a fuck? And the problem is you. You know what I'm saying? Problem is you give a fuck. It's like so many people commenting on somebody, like, man, somebody was talking about somebody music video that they made and was like, why didn't they do this? And it's like, y'all really over here debating somebody else's creativity. Y'all really over here debating somebody else's choices that they make with their body. Y'all really over here commenting, making think pieces on the way somebody go about their relationship or their lifestyle. Like, it's sickening, really. And the Libra energy, again, it got everybody in everybody else's business. It's prime time for gossip and just wasting time. A lot of people gonna wake up at the end of Libra season and be like, damn, I wasted this whole month talking about nothing. No type of depth, no substance, no nothing, no real connection, no real relations that they can take into Scorpio season to be, invested in, and it produce something beneficial. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all have a beautiful Sunday. Enjoy y'all time. Like I said, I appreciate y'all. Much love, and I'll catch you on the next one. Be safe out here.